all know a couple phrases that are going to be poignantly important in the next few months, 6 months, definitely before November, around November, just fall. And one of those phrases is, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to
repeat it.
That's one. Keep that in mind. And the second part to that is, what's the definition of insanity that we hear popularized? It's not really the definition, but the one they say, the definition of insanity is...
when you continually repeat the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Have we got stories for you? Have we got a...
show for you?
Ladies and gents.
I don't know, is that a trademark thing? You probably can't say that.
No, I didn't say it. You did.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's true.
It's fine then. But first, we're going to show you some stuff that we did this morning. And, well, lightning strikes, Russia and Cuba and carbon pipelines.
AI bots, man.
Priests.
Crazy.
AI priests. And that's not a joke.
Yeah, I wish it were.
Oh,
honestly, I wish it were.
We're going to be live here in just a second. But until then, you'll have to just... hang on. I know it'll be tough, but here, enjoy the cute cow footage. And we've got a crazy crop circle. No, not a crop circle, actually a crap circle.
Crap circle, yeah.
Soggy morning. She doesn't want to go through the wet. I don't blame you. It's been raining for almost 2 days.
Turn the corner, come here.
Oh.
Where are you going? See, this
She's
is why I
heavy.
shut the front door. Come on. Back up.
Silly girl. Morning chores. This one is impatiently waiting. We've got a system, but Honey decided she didn't want to come this morning. She wanted to stay out in the field. I kind of don't blame you. It's where it's drier, but everything's wet right now, Honey. Yeah, I know. Such a good girl. I know, your treats are coming. Alright, this is kind of weird, guys. This is kind of strange. I've heard of the magnetism things, where places in other places in the world where animals start walking in circles randomly. Check that out. This guy in here this morning, and they've beaten down a path. See if I can get a better angle of it. Good morning, buddy. But they've beaten down a path. We just walked out here. That's crazy. Are you walking in circles? Is it you, dude? Well, hopefully your internal compass is still okay. I don't think it's anything more than water. Just because this is muddy, it's been raining like crazy. But it's odd that they wouldn't go up to where the highest ground is. Tell me, Red, what is the issue? I'm hungry. That's my issue. I'm hungry. I want something to eat. You too, huh? So you're telling me you have a new trick?
I have a new trick
for the milker.
So this cow is has only 3/4 that have milk in it.
Oh, don't I know the feeling? What do you mean by that, Brad?
I don't know what you mean by that. So
what she means is teats.
Yes. She only has 3 that produce milk. So a teat cluster has 4. Well, what do you do with the 4th one? You hold it, you sit there and, no.
Stick it on your forehead.
You fold it over like this.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Because it cuts off the suction
Yep.
to the one
Yep. This
quarter.
hose right here, it cuts it off.
There's so many mosquitoes right now.
There's so many mosquitoes. And then you put the rest of the teat cups on.
On deux, trois.
And then I don't have to sit here and hold it.
Go, girl, go. Man.
How it stays on with only 3 is I don't know. It's
that thing sucks.
fantastic. It totally does.
It does.
It does.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Way to go, Honey. Thank you. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you may not believe this, but this young lady here, Dottie, she's such a sweet lass, except when she gets in a mood, she gets in a mood. And I don't mean mood, I mean a mood. And if she is upset, she will do what's called a spite peeing.
Or pooping.
Spite peeing, spite pooing. Yeah. She will do it when she's just out of sorts and doesn't like what's going on, or she doesn't want to wait. She will unleash.
She will. And the worst time is when I'm sitting right here getting the teacups on her.
Right here.
They decide they're going to hunch over and just start peeing.
Let it flow.
And I can't move quickly, and I get wet.
She gets
It's just
skadooshed.
I get skadooshed, yes.
It's true.
So it's no fun. Usually what I'll do is I'll keep a bucket right here, and I'll catch it.
Alley-oop.
And which grosses Hope out. But you know, honestly, I'd rather catch it than it be all over me.
She just did one over here, right over there. Yeah, check it out, naughty girl. We just cleaned up, and then she's like, "No, you're not done yet." But the funny thing is, joke's on you, goober. You peed in your food bucket. What do you think of them apples, huh? Road apples, that's what I think. So today, we're not gonna be storing all the milk for drinking. Mom is making yogurt or cheese?
Yogurt.
Yogurt today?
Yep.
So this is actually pretty warm still. It's straight out of the cow.
All right, that's enough.
Well, that's enough, she says. Now, I'm going to take the camera because she's much better at this than I am. So, what's next?
Well, so I take this and I put it on the cooktop and I heat it even more to get it up to 175 degrees, and then I cool it, and then I add the yogurt culture. Cool it down to 113. So, yeah, so then I add the yogurt culture, and then I put this into mason jars and put it on a heating pad and leave it for 12 hours, and then you got yogurt.
One of the cool things about this too. Oh, yeah. This yogurt is ridiculously good, guys.
I mean, you can see the cream has separated off the top. This liquid in here is whey, but it is pretty thick when it's sitting like this. It gets a little bit thinner when you mix it, but just because of the whey.
You know, one thing I got to say about this whole process is learning a skill is not as hard as you would think. You just got to start doing it.
You just got to do it and figure out what works for you and what doesn't. So many people have said, "Oh, we'll just put it in an oven with a light on it." That you can.
Not for you.
It has never worked for us.
But you can.
You can. Even in a cooler with hot water, it never worked for us. You can't make raw yogurt with raw milk. It doesn't. You just can't make raw yogurt because the bacteria in the yogurt and the bacteria in the raw milk counteract, and it makes this nasty, gloppy grossness. You actually do have to cook it. So if you want raw milk, you drink raw milk. You want that bacteria from raw milk. If you want yogurt, you eat yogurt. It's not, you can't combine the two. So
going back though, learning a skill, can you imagine like 3-4 years ago you making yogurt by, what is that, 2.5 gallons?
This is 3.5 gallons.
Can you imagine just doing that, being like, yeah, we're just going to make 3.5 gallons of yogurt today?
Yeah, it's just what we do now.
Yeah, but learning, you gotta get up and you just gotta do it.
Yeah, before we had cows or goats, I would have never thought that I would ever make yogurt, ever. Like, why would I make yogurt? You can get it at the store.
But you can do this, people.
You can do this.
It
it's
can be done.
So easy.
Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is Brad.
And I'm Krista.
Welcome to Saturday. Holy mackerel, folks. Do we have some stories? Do we?
We do have
There is some crazy stuff going on.
Nonsense. Yes. Just
stuff. Oh, man. Okay. What do you guys, since this is a live stream, and if you're watching the replay, we love having the open format. We love having you guys chat and add your 2 cents to the mix, because you know what? We don't have a corner on the market of good ideas, and maybe you will be the one that it just clicks for somebody and they go, oh yeah, I should blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So what is your craziest story of the week so far that you've seen? What do you guys think? What's the craziest thing that you think you've seen? I mean, it can be like funny. It can be, oh, wow. Like Last week, someone had an emotional support alligator, and somebody had bitterly, angrily stolen their emotional support alligator and called a vet like pickup service and said, "Hey, somebody's got a nuisance gator."
They called the DNR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty crazy story. What's your crazy story of the week? Do you have one?
I honestly don't remember. There have been it's been such a crazy week for us trying to get Caleb ready to go to camp, and so many things that need to get done before before he went off to camp. So I honestly don't.
Wait, who's Caleb?
Caleb's our son. Sorry. A lot of people that are watching know that.
But there are probably many more who don't.
That's true. That is probably true.
Oh boy.
Anyway, yeah, there was just a lot of moving parts this week. So I don't think I looked at the news much at all this week.
Well, do we have some crazy stuff?
Yeah.
But, all that farm video. Here's the thing, guys. That happened just a couple hours ago, like 2 hours ago, 3 hours. I don't even know what time it is. But the encouragement there is that if I'm a guy from a music background, computers and guitars and on stage and ministry like that, and you're like house mom city.
Yeah. Stay-at-home mom, homeschool mom, I didn't go to college. Barely graduated high school, according to my dad.
That's not true.
I passed by the skin of my teeth.
I think he's just being
I know. He's just being a dad. Yeah.
But all that to say that if we can do it, I am certain that people with even a very, very below average IQ could totally do this. If we can do it, you don't even have to be average, and you're totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anybody can learn these skills.
Yeah.
Anybody.
So there is another cool thing that happened this week that I wasn't going to say it.
Yep.
I wasn't going to say it.
Lone Palm Homestead brought it up.
Yeah. Let's talk about that later. Something happened on our Everyday Outreach channel that was extremely touching, and we'll talk about it later. It was extremely moving, something I
was not expecting.
Blindsided. So we'll talk about that later. But the first things first, let's get to some of our news stories, because some of these are crazy funny. Some are just crazy. And this first one is a cautionary tale.
Sure.
Ladies and gents, we lived in Florida for a very long time. And so the reality of lightning strike is very real in our minds. But a lot of farmers just don't think about it because you got work to do. But check this out.
So in Colorado, this lightning strikes and kills a Colorado rancher and 34 cows this past Saturday. Well, not this past Saturday. This was a week ago.
When the article was written.
Yeah. Jackson County, Colorado rancher was struck and killed by lightning Saturday afternoon. Multiple news outlets reported that Mike Morgan, age 51, was feeding hay to cattle from the back of a trailer following a day of branding, when tragedy occurred. Sorry, I wasn't trying to laugh. I was messing up the word. The lightning bolt struck on wide open pasture outside the town of Rand, about 80 miles northwest of Denver, said George Crockett. I almost said Davy Crockett.
I actually read it.
Wow.
When I read the article, my brain said Davy Crockett too.
He's the county coroner. Crockett said the lightning that struck Morgan also knocked about 100 cows and calves off their feet, killing 34 cows and 3 calves. That's insane. Honestly, as best I can tell, it hit him on the trailer. The cattle were bunched up around the trailer and hit them all. Morgan's father-in-law was driving a tractor hooked to the trailer when the lightning struck, and Morgan's wife was nearby, leading horses toward a horse trailer to load them. They had just finished branding. They had just finished branding day. A Facebook post from his Cavi Foundation, a nonprofit helping ranchers with serious medical issues, said Morgan's wife was horseback about 200 feet away when the lightning struck, knocking her off her horse. His Cavi Foundation post also said Morgan and his wife Nikki recently purchased 300 pairs of their own, a lifelong dream. Nikki calved the pairs out this winter while Mike worked at Silver Spur Ranches. The couple have a 17-year-old daughter named Dallas. That's tragic.
Let's first of all remember them in our prayers.
Yes.
Those who were left behind. Well, there's so much in here, guys. If you work outside, well, first things first, you never know when your time's up. You never know. If you don't know God, it might be a good time to start praying. Honestly, I'm not trying to make in any way light of their story. I'm saying you don't know. A meteor could hit the house right now, and it would be just like, oh, I guess Brad and Christa are off the air now.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know.
Right.
And they were just out there literally living their dream. I mean, good for them that they finally got a little taste.
Right.
Before, but I mean, chances are, do you think they probably wouldn't have even known?
No.
It just would have been like, bam.
It was instantaneous.
Lights out.
When lightning strikes, it's just, you have no idea when it's going to hit. It's just done.
So again, prayers for their family.
Yeah. And lightning can strike 20 miles away from a storm front. It's not just inside that storm. It can be 20 miles outside of it. So when you see something on the horizon, be paying attention.
Well, in the basic things, like you don't want to be the highest point in a very, very open area.
Right.
You don't want to be grounding yourself. I mean, I know there's people in here who are very electronics minded, like John Zeckerly. So John, let me ask you, would it be a good idea or a bad idea to say, find a nice, tall, 20-foot ground rod in an open field, stick it in the ground and hold on to it when you see a storm coming?
Yeah, that's my
good
favorite.
idea or bad idea? Now, these people didn't do that. They just were living life.
Yeah.
And how many cows? It said they knocked them
34.
off their feet.
100 cows were knocked off their feet. His wife was knocked off the horse when she was 200 feet away. Yeah, 100 cows got knocked and calves off their feet, and killing 34 cows and 3 calves.
So obviously, take care if you're working outside. And I know that there are times where they say that people get hit inside their homes.
Yeah.
And you just never even know.
Yeah.
I actually saw a documentary on a guy who got hit by lightning, and he was just a regular old guy, not musical in any way. And after he got hit with a lightning strike, the first miracle was he lived.
Yeah, no kidding. It's very rare.
First miracle was that he lived. And the second miracle was he instantly became a concert pianist. Like, I know how to play piano, like Neo in the Matrix with his kung fu. He's like, I know kung fu. But can you imagine? Like, you get out of the hospital and that piano that's been gathering dust because you bought it for the kids 30 years ago, and you're trying to think, what the heck am I going to do with this piano now?
Oh, let's start playing it.
He just sat down and could play instant, amazing, very complicated pieces of music. Wow.
That's crazy.
You know, sometimes I think that's not a bad trade-off.
No, I don't know.
Who knows what the other side
I mean, if you get
effects
struck by
are.
lightning and you live,
Praise God.
Praise God. Because God obviously still has a plan for your life on this earth. So.
Yeah. So anyway, the moral of the story is pray for these folks, and also, if you are able, pay attention to the basic stuff with lightning and getting in and out of the storm, so that you don't increase your odds.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, guys, I see that there's about 80 of us here. Could you hit the thumbs up? That does help us out a lot, because it sends the algorithm so that other people can see what's going on, especially because today we're going to be talking about something that's a little crazy, and I am certain that there's reasoning why you're not seeing this in mainstream news. You ready? Here we go, folks. This is it that one?
I don't know which one you're going to.
It is that one. Okay, ladies and gents, how many of you are old enough to remember during the time of our country when certain countries were parking certain kind of very, 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 very dangerous weapons down by Cuba. They were they were making, all of the stuff and things was coming together. I'm trying to be careful. The Cuban Missile Crisis.
I was going to say, let's call it what it is. Cuban Missile Crisis.
How many of you guys were old enough to remember it? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't remember what time frame that was.
All I remember of my study in history is that they were trying to posture themselves against the U.S., and there was a line in the sand, or in the ocean, in this case, drawn by JFK, and both sides were not really willing to flinch. There were spy planes that had proof that there was lies going on, and the world almost went beyond thinkable with that kind of warfare. And yes, John Zeckerly in the chat, I know that's a missile. Yeah. And why do I keep getting Guitar Center ads? That's so weird.
Gee, I wonder.
That's strange. They keep trying to sell me synthesizers and guitars. I don't know why. But go ahead and read a little bit of this, because ladies and gents, when it comes to this kind of preparedness, there's not a whole lot you can do. There is some, and let's talk about that. But go ahead and at least skim.
All right. So Russia is sending a naval detachment to Cuba next week for military exercises that will likely exasperate tensions with the U.S. amid the war in Ukraine. Cuba's military said in a press release on Friday that the Russian naval vessels would visit the port of Havana from Wednesday to June 17th. Brutus was just at our neighbor's house. We need to probably pause that so we can have one of the children go and just kind of go to black for a second.
You can escort out, and I'll man the ship, and I'll explain what's going on. Krista's gonna go on out of here for just a minute. Ouch. And I'll explain what's going on. You know how this is real, like real time. This is honestly, it's live. Well, guess what? Our dog was left out on the porch, because it's a nice porch with a big fence, and it's pretty high up. Somehow Brutus got off the porch, and they found Brutus across the street, probably a good half mile away. So I'm going to talk about this. No problem. Thanks, Max. So don't forget to thumbs up, guys, as we're fielding this real time. So first things first, why do you feel like, how many of you guys have heard that this was actually in the news? Did you guys know that this was actually a thing? It's happening right now, because the big wigs in Washington are, they're flexing their political muscle. And at this point, Russia's kind of going, really? Honestly? You think you can tell us what to do? Honestly? We're going to do what we want to do. And I'm sure that this is both sides posturing themselves. But have you guys even heard about this? Anyone? Signs? Can I see any hands? What about you there? Lone Palm Homestead in the chat says nope. John Zeckerly says, I like that synth, meaning synthesizer, which is great. I like it too. But yeah, and it's not just this site, guys, which I don't even know where this is. This is Microsoft, of all places, or The Hill. And I read about it in two other places. This is not, the news is not being like hidden away. But what I am seeing is when there's really big stories, they kind of just throw it down to page C, D, E, or F. They don't let it hit the main stories. Gemstone7 says, I think Russia is probably laughing at us at this point. And Brutus is a good escape artist, says John. Yeah. Renee, yeah. Look it up. Google it, guys. Hey, you'll see that there is concern for our political leaders because they're thinking we have absolutely no say over what they're doing anymore. Are you guys feeling that? Are you guys feeling that? Okay, it says here the deployment of to the Caribbean is part of the Kremlin's response to the chilled tensions with the U.S. over the war in Ukraine, according to those officials, but also to demonstrate naval power. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Rising Sparrow says truthers on YouTube. This is not truthers. This is actual straight up news. Google it. Do it real time. Here, let's go like this. Let's just copy and paste. We'll do it real time. Copy. We'll just pop it right in here, guys. Boom. Let's see if it's just... Oh, wait. CNN is reporting on it. CBS is reporting on it. ABC is reporting on it. Reuters. I wonder, is that truthers? Reuters? CNN most certainly is not what you would consider conservative. Yet, what they'll do is they won't delete the story, but they'll put it way down the list, won't they? Oh, here comes Mom. She'll tell us what happened with Brutus. Here, let's go back to this.
Actually, wasn't Brutus. It was Nana.
Nana?
Nana. The gate on the porch was left open, and Brutus's behind was a little too big to get through. But Nana was out.
I blame me.
Yeah.
I didn't go through that gate.
No, but we didn't check it to see if it was still open or not. But she was over by our neighbor's house and just wandering around.
Across the street or on this side?
On this side. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, on this side.
Did she say something?
Yeah, I got a message from our neighbor saying, hey.
By the way.
She thought it was Brutus. Brutus was here to visit.
Did she say hi to?
I don't know. Oh my word.
Anyway, okay. I was chatting about the story and in real time I just showed, hey, guess what? Look, it's not just any one news outlet.
Right.
There's a lot of news outlets that are reporting on this. It's just getting shoveled off. Even this.
That's interesting.
Even this news agency. Now, did you see this?
Yeah, Russian naval ships, including nuclear-powered submarine, to visit Cuba.
Now, it doesn't say if they have those kind of weapons on board.
Right.
But if they did, that would be a great concern. Because if they did, that means that they're basically flexing back, saying, you guys should stay out of this fight, because I don't know if you know this, but it was just officially okayed by Washington to allow those Ukrainian troops to use weaponry that was given to them through channels so that they can't say, oh, it's U.S. weaponry. It was NATO weaponry, right? We gave it to NATO. NATO gave it to them, right? So, yeah, it's our weaponry, but it just passes hands so that then they'll fact check you and say that you're lying, saying they are not U.S. weapons. Okay, so it's U.S. money that goes through there and then goes to them.
Right.
Or it's U.S. weaponry that goes through them and goes, whatever, however you want to say it. To Russia, they're thinking exactly what you would think if you were getting attacked. It's your stuff coming at us.
Right.
And I think Russia is going, oh, we're done with this.
Well, I was noticing the date of which this article was released is the same day as the anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah.
So I think that was, kind of hidden.
A little extra jab.
Yeah, on that day. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tuck, let's see, in the chat says Tuck V or 5, however you. I mentioned that nuclear powered does not mean nuclear armed.
Right.
I mentioned that. I said we don't know what they have. And Peggy is saying Russia has had nuclear weapons in Cuba since May 2012. Now, I don't know that. I have not seen that information.
I have not seen that either.
But maybe you have proof. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm saying I don't know.
We've not seen that, and we've been awake for that long. We've been awake for that long.
So the whole point of this is that some of these things we can handle with like how you would have a response in your own family, in your own life.
Right.
Like for example, if you know that there's going to be a bad hay crop, then you probably want to get your hay early, right? That would be a basic logical preparedness kind of thing. That's something I can do.
Right. You don't want to wait until October, November.
Right.
You want to get it right after the first crop is cut.
So that said, if you live somewhere where there's a very high populated area and that kind of warfare kicked off, if it were me, I would just pray a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if it was me, I'd try to get out of those populated city centers.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I would definitely be moving to a rural area.
However, you talk to God and you guys work it out as to what he tells you to do. And I would encourage you to be strong enough to do it. So another news story. Let's go back to here. Not to this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to skip that since we had a little bit of excitement. We're going to go right on down here to
this one.
This.
Okay. That's that first.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay.
This is nuts.
Please. Before I click here, I want you to know that I promise you this is not an attack on any religion.
No, not at all.
Especially no denomination. If anything, this is a McFly, pay attention to humans.
Yeah.
Not a denomination and not a church. This is you really thought that was a good idea?
Right.
You really did?
Huh? No.
So here we go. Buckle up, kids. You guessed it.
Yeah. Catholic Answers pulls the plug on AI priest, Father Justin.
He's an AI priest.
An AI priest.
Software.
Yes.
Software, mind you. Go ahead and skim that, and then we'll chat.
All right. So, Father Justin, we hardly knew ye. Just days after debuting an artificial intelligence AI priest character to overwhelmingly negative reviews, Catholic Answers has given Father Justin the virtual heave-ho. He's got fired.
Defrocked.
You're fired. The lay-run apologetics and evangelism apostolate based in El Cajon, California, said it will replace him on its app with a lay character named Justin. Oh, okay. So they're
just
not
swapping it out. Just
doing
give him a
away
different title.
with it. They're just not calling him Father Justin anymore.
Yep.
Got it.
It gets better.
We won't say he's been what?
Laitized.
Okay.
I've never actually spoken that word.
Yeah,
laitized.
Nope. Because he never was a real priest. Oh, so if he, got it.
Because he's software, he's not even human.
Right. We chose the character to convey a quality of knowledge and authority, and also as a sign of the respect that all of us have at Catholic Answers hold for our clergy. The statement from Catholic Answers President Christopher Check explained. Many people, however, have voiced concerns about this choice.
Really?
Oh, gee, really?
Really?
We hear these concerns, and we do not want the character to distract from the important purpose of the application, which is to provide sound answers
No. Keep going.
to questions about the Catholic faith in an innovative way that makes good use of the benefits of artificial intelligence.
That's okay. Let me scroll back to Father Justin here. He looks good. He looks good there. Yeah, I mean, with all this technology, they couldn't get a better graphic. But anyway, okay, so here's the thing. Again, this is not an attack on Catholicism. This is more of a are you seriously thinking that was a good idea?
Right.
You want to turn over people's spiritual heaviest life and death and afterlife questions, emotions, concerns to a bot.
Yeah, sure, why not?
To a bot.
Yeah, and what can go wrong?
That's like, you might as well just say, you know what, I'm on hold and I'm now stuck in what are those things? Q&A, like press 1 for English, press 2 for pizza delivery, press 3 if you're on fire, press 5. It's like
the never-ending
what do they call this?
The automated
on hold music.
Not just the music.
No, you go.
Not just the on hold music. It's just press 1 for 3.
Press 1 for salvation.
Press
2 for redemption. Press 3 to find out if you have enough indulgences to enter eternal life.
Press 4 for eternal damnation. Press 5 for purgatory.
Father Justin will be with you in a moment.
Or okay, you're stuck in the never ending the voice prompts on a voice call. Tell me what it is that you're looking for.
Man,
representative.
Okay, representative.
And I literally start yelling into the phone. I'm no joke. I have had to do that many times recently.
Many of you?
Representative.
So let's just pause here for a sec. So I would love to be the background music guy that picks the songs while you're waiting for Father Justin to get to you. Father Justin will be with you in a moment. Love stinks. No. How about a little Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer?
Oh my gosh.
What
Best
songs?
Wedding song ever.
What about for you guys? What would be your top 10 best on hold music while you're waiting for Father Justin? What would your top 10 be? I think Living on a Prayer.
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven. No stairway.
Denied. Oh my gosh.
What would be the best one?
Okay, we got
No. We got to stay here with the music for a sec.
Okay.
We can't go away from that.
What? There's got to be a song about hell. What is it? Running with the Devil.
Running with the Devil. Van Halen.
I don't even like Van Halen.
AC/DC. Highway to Hell.
There it is.
Like if you don't get the right answer from Father Justin.
Sure. You don't get the answer that you're looking for.
Dang it. Oh, ladies and gents.
Golly,
okay, here's the question I have. How many of you, if you were having an intense life challenge
or crisis
or something, like I'm talking chemical addiction, somebody died in your family, some horrible thing. How many of you want to be put on hold and waiting for Father Justin, the AI bot, to find out the answer to your important question? Or would you prefer, the devil came down to Georgia, nice. Mary. Thank you. Or would you prefer to talk to somebody who may not be perfect, but at least has actual empathy and not coded empathy?
Well, and not just empathy. The answers that he's giving are just wrong.
Well,
and not scriptural in any way.
That is true, because one of the things, I read a bunch of articles on Father Justin, and one of the reasons why they pulled him and air quotes defrocked him was because, first of all, he was telling people lies. He was saying that he was an actual priest and he's a bot. That's bad. Okay, don't start your whole spiritual relationship with someone based on a lie. That's rule number one. Rule number two. Rule number two. He was telling people things like it's okay to get baptized in vats of Gatorade, and you know what?
Great.
Not my circus, not my monkeys. You want to do that if that's your thing. You want to jump on in, get you the cool winter wisp flavor, and go to town. I just don't think that's kind of the advice I would want to get from a spiritual leader.
But he's not a spiritual leader.
That's what they were
I
trying.
know. He's a piece of software.
And okay, a slight little defense of Catholic Answers.
Yeah.
I am sure that, or I hope, I should say, I hope that the intention was let people come and see what the catechism actually says if they don't have access to a priest.
Right.
I would hope that. I hope that this thing was not, because I never talked to it.
No.
But I hope this thing was not like, yeah, all you got to do is this, and this, and then you're good with Jesus.
Oh, virtual confession. No.
You know what I mean?
I totally am tracking.
I hope they're not doing that.
Oh my heavens. No. Yowza.
How many of you would Wango Tango? Sorry, I'm looking at songs. Nobody's got any song selections in here. I feel like Sinatra would have some great on-hold music for Father Justin. What's that one where they say kick in the head? I don't know.
I don't know.
I like Sinatra.
Yeah, when it comes on, I know it, but can't recall
Love and Mary, love and
my word.
When you're looking for advice, should I marry this girl?
Yeah.
Go together like choose 7 for marriage questions. I know it's not him.
Yeah, no. I was like, wait, I'm confused. Doesn't take much sometimes. Anyway.
So, yeah, you know what? I would prefer, me personally. What do you guys think? Do you think that you would prefer at least a flawed human just to say, hey, man, I've been there. I know what it's like to be in your situation.
Yeah. Rather
than an AI bot. Because here's part of the thing that people don't understand about AI bots right now. They don't think like we think yet. It may never, but as of right now, software is still software. And the thing about software is it has to be programmed.
Yes.
That means that somebody is telling that software what is yes and no.
Yeah.
What is right and wrong, what is gray area and what is not, when to have empathy, when not. Somebody is programming it. And so here's my point. If you're a Catholic, I would be very concerned of who is programming those bots to say what is acceptable in the catechism.
Right. Well,
because that's what Catholics are supposed to be adhering to.
Right, exactly. And the catechism directs you to scripture.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry. I'm glitching because it's just infuriating. That it should not be a bot. It should be a human person that you're talking to.
Somebody or group of people is telling the AI what is acceptable and what is not.
Yeah.
What if you've got a bunch of people who lean so far left they don't even believe the Bible's real?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Because that's happening now.
That is happening with a lot of folks in leadership.
So what happens then, guys? You get a bunch of people believing all these shady, weird answers coming from where?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only as good as the programmer, correct, Mary?
You're right.
Hunger Games, says Renee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Couple things. I have something to share with you that is a little, well, it's personal, but it's also public. But before we do, go ahead. Dun, dun, dun.
CD number 3 has been released.
Well, what is CD number 3?
CD number 3 is all scripture music that Brad has written, sang, produced, was the artist, did all of the singing, everything on it here. Everything.
Yeah. So it's all Bible scripture.
Yeah.
Set to modern sounding music, like drums, bass, synthesizers, drum machines when it's applicable. Some of it's gentle, some of it's piano driven, some of it's kind of rocky, some of it's even bluesy.
Yeah.
So if you would like to have more of the word in your life, you can get it for free.
Yep.
Go to that website and you can download it. There's zero charge. Zero. Goose egg.
Yep.
But if you want to physically have a copy, we had to pay for these.
Yep.
So then you can buy one there. But you can download them for free, so nobody can say, I wish I could, but I...
No, you can still download it for free, and you can play it from your phone or your laptop or your tablet, whatever. What's the matter?
I was looking for that thing.
What thing?
The thing of...
It's out there in my office. I have to clean off the
Should
glass.
we get it?
No.
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 Okay. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you guys know... Well, here it is. This has been a byproduct of a Bible devotion that I've been leading for 7 years now.
Yes.
7 years. Online Bible study. And by the way, if you're not a believer, hang out. Don't leave, because you're going to be excited to hear a few things about this. Number one, there's zero pressure on non-believers. You want to come and hang out, hang out. Talk, ask questions. The only thing we ask is just stay on topic.
Yep.
That's all. We have a group of people that is a community, and I mean community.
Yes.
They pray for each other. They look out for each other. They grow. They share stories. They share testimonies together, not just when we're live.
Yeah.
But when we're live, it's like this, but better. There's comments all the time.
Yeah.
And you get to know people. Like, I know John Zuckerly. That's why I was teasing him earlier. The guy's a wicked smart genius when it comes to electronics.
Yeah.
And he comes and hangs out.
He's a wicked smart, crazy
Wicked
genius.
smart. I kind of think of him as like a very skinny, evil genius.
Yes.
And I dig that. Except the evil part. He should be a good genius.
Yeah.
But I like he's got like a lab. I don't want to. Yeah. He's a good guy. Anyway, all that to say, there's a lot of folks here who come and they hang out, and we're very grateful, because I have zero desire to just be a talking bobblehead where here's this thing that it says here, and then aren't we supposed to be good, great, grand, wonderful, and then it doesn't actually change anything in your life.
Yeah.
I have zero desire to do that. And our group is about growing community. It's about getting involved in people's lives. Really. It is about being serious with God and saying, I have faults and you have faults, and okay, we know where forgiveness comes from, and it's not us.
Right.
It's not stuff we do. It's from Jesus alone. And that's the core of what we're doing. And we have been for the last 7 years. And
with that,
I used to tease and joke that I don't want to be a pastor because I've seen their kind. I know what they do.
well, and in some countries, it's...
Don't take my joke.
I was just giving the joke because you're not.
I was gonna.
Then do it.
I was waiting.
Then do it.
Becoming a pastor in some countries is as bad as stealing. You either have to become...
punishment.
Yeah, it's punishment. You either have to, cut your hands off or become a pastor.
Yeah, right.
And it's a joke.
It's totally a joke, yeah.
But I've been in ministry full-time long enough to know how the sausage is made. And I have never thought ever in my life I would ever want to go down that route. But I love Jesus and I love community and I love everything about what a pastor does, minus the businessy side. And Well, the congregation of Everyday Outreach, which is about 60 people, 70 people every day, they thought it would be a good idea to ordain me.
So they did.
Yeah, they got together as pastors.
Community.
There are pastors there. There are teachers. There are Bible theologians in this group, and they all got together and said, "Do you think that Brad should be our pastor?" And I don't know why, but they said, "Yeah." So heaven help us all. They even made it official. They sent stuff around. Everybody agreed on it.
Signed it. He has a certificate. He is officially a pastor.
And I guess legally.
Yes, and legally. Yep.
Look out.
Yep.
I'm only telling you this because I don't know. I need help and I need prayer. Because I'm a guy just like everybody else, and I want to do my best to serve you guys. But I can only do that if we're all pulling together. So no Father Justin from me.
Absolutely not. No.
No Father Justin. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because we're in this together, and I don't view myself as like some up there guy that you should be putting on a pedestal. And no, I won't make the joke of the pedestal being load bearing.
You just did.
I know. But I'll say this. I probably won't use the term pastor much because of what a lot of guys have misused.
Abused. They've abused it.
But I want you to know I'll do my best.
Yeah.
I promise I'll do my best.
He'll continue to do what God is asking him to do. I just know it.
It's actually kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so not a pastor's wife, just so you know. No.
You should hear the cursing. Oh, I pray for you. Well, I do pray for you, but there's no cursing. I pray for you that you have to deal with me.
Yeah. No, it's not a deal with, honey.
Anyway, Monday, this is the big deal, guys. There's 113 of you right here, right now. About a little less than half of you have hit the thumbs up. And why? It doesn't cost you a penny. Come on now. Monday at Everyday Outreach. Where is that clicker thing? That website right there. It's on YouTube.
Yep.
We're starting a new book. And you really should be there, especially I'm throwing this out there. If you've been hurt by people in the church, you want to be here with us.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people in the chat on Everyday Outreach have been hurt by the people in a church building.
Because people are people and people are broken.
Yeah. People fall and fail.
And I lead with that. I'm not ever going to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, all that to say, Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah. 8:30 a.m. Central.
Yeah.
Yep. Go to YouTube and
click on it
youtube.com/everyday outreach at everyday outreach.
And until then, you can call on over and get all of your spiritual questions answered. No, they pulled him offline.
No, he's just a lay person now.
Now, yeah. Well, I'm glad to know that it's the same exact answers. They just changed his title.
Right.
That's one of those, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You guys have a blessed and amazing day. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
have not withheld the request of his lips. For you meet him with rich blessings. You set a crown of fine gold upon his head. He asked life of you, you gave it to him. Length of days forever and ever. His glory is great through your salvation. Splendor and majesty you bestow on him. For you make him most blessed forever. You make him glad with the joy of your presence. Bow, 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 bow. For the king trusts in the Lord, and through the steadfast love